And very interesting thing is this, that although we have security practices to find all possible bugs and vulnerabilities, such as business logic vulnerabilities in web apps, and mitigating all the info level vulnerabilities, medium vulnerabilities. Interestingly, ransomwares target 1% of NVD high and critical CVEs. So just 1% of them are being targeted by attackers to achieve this mega result. Now I'll just give you some numbers that the number of critical high CVEs currently as of today are around 50,000. So I'm just talking about CVEs greater than probably 6 or 7 CVSS score, right, in order to consider as high, and 7 probably 7 and above, and then this I'm also referring to the CISA prioritized CVEs. CISA maintains a list of CVEs which are being targeted by ransomwares, and they make a news and they get an alert from various threat intel feeds, and they have around 500 critical CVEs in their list. So the figure comes out to be 1%, which means 1% of those high and critical CVEs which are there in your NVD database are currently being targeted by ransomwares. Now, I'm sure everyone knows how ransomware works, that ransomwares most of the time start externally. So they are no way closer physically to your organization. They are somewhere sitting in different countries. It can be any other country, any country, right? And one of their primary way to attack an organization is to get an initial foothold, right? When they will get some access to your servers using either exploitation or various other techniques. And once this initial foothold is done, then the snowball gets start rolling, right? And it's very difficult to stop this snowball once the ransomwares are in your network, and it starts spreading. Then it becomes a different game altogether. So let's see what are the weaknesses, top 3 weaknesses that that helps ransomware to get the initial foothold. And the good insight come from IBM, and both Verizon reports. As per IBM X-Force report, 80% of 3 weaknesses leads to 80% of ransomwares, and these 3 weaknesses are exploiting external CVEs, and this leads to 26% of attacks. It basically contributes to 26% of cases where ransomware gets initial foothold into the organization. Then of course the most prominent one is the phishing, where attackers usually send a phishing email on a mass scale, or a spear phishing, and with malicious attachment, link, and allow users, and various other techniques, which including even social media wishing, which allow user to ultimately give access to this to the malwares and ransomwares on their systems, and from there the attack starts, right? Apart from that, 60% of the cases are because of shadow IT, which means the assets which are not probably are there or not there in the asset inventory, but are left open for the attackers on the public internet. So just give you a number in terms of CVEs. We have seen 49 CVEs being added to the CISA database from the last few months, which have been targeted by ransomwares in just 2023, and 366 CVEs were added in 2022, which were targeted